is the funniest fake Minecraft speedrun ever because the way this runner tries to cheat is absolutely hilarious. The run begins with the speedrunner loading into the world, and at first glance, everything seems normal. But if you pay close attention, you can see that his escape menu was open in the first frame. And right there, if we zoom in, we can see that he has a mods tab. And if you know anything about Minecraft speedruns, you know that having mods installed instantly disqualifies your speedrun. It might not seem like much now, but don't worry, you'll understand why this mods tab is here very soon. Anyway, the runner immediately heads to the village he spawned in. And while villages are pretty common, it's not common to have two ruined nether portals spawning inside one single village. Now, while it's technically possible for a ruined nether portal to spawn inside a village, the chances of two spawning is 0.001%, which already makes this speedrun very suspicious. Well, the runner then goes to loot the first chest in the village, and normally you'd expect bread, emeralds, and maybe some armor. But instead, this chest contains something completely impossible, a lightning rod. Now, this is strange for two reasons. First, the building he loots is literally the village church, which is only supposed to spawn with a brewing stand, not a chest at all. And second, lightning rods don't appear in the village loot tables whatsoever. So this means someone clearly swapped out the brewing stand for a chest and then put a lightning rod in there along with some normal loot to make it less suspicious. But trust me, you're going to want to remember this lightning rod because it becomes incredibly important at the very end of the run. So, after looting his fake chest, the runner heads to the first ruined portal. At first, it looks fairly normal. There's even some decent loot in the chest. But if you pause the footage and look very carefully, you'll notice something that doesn't make any sense at all. The village lampposts have somehow generated inside the ruined portal structure. And while ruined nether portals can generate near villages, it's literally impossible for the village lamppost to spawn inside the ruined nether portal structure itself. This leads me to believe that the speedrunner wasn't happy with just one ruined nether portal, so he literally spawned in a second one just to be safe. But it gets even funnier. The runner then heads to the second ruined portal, and by combining the obsidian he found in the first chest and this one, he now has 3 in total. But unfortunately, this means that one obsidian is still missing. Now, normally at this point, a real speedrunner would kill the iron golem, craft a bucket, and combine lava and water to finish the portal. But instead, this runner decides to gather 4 pumpkins and 2 sticks. And with these completely random items, he somehow crafts a diamond pickaxe. Yes, you heard me right, a diamond pickaxe out of pumpkins. I have no idea what mod this is supposed to be, but this recipe definitely doesn't exist in the real game. So, the runner then heads back to the ruined portal with his pumpkin pickaxe to gather his final obsidian. But hold on, did you see that? Just before mining the obsidian, the footage suddenly cuts, and somehow his diamond pickaxe is now enchanted with what looks like efficiency 5, because he mines the obsidian so fast. So not only did he cheat with the crafting recipe, but he also gave himself the best enchant in the game instantly just to save time. Either way, he finishes the portal, lights it, and steps into the nether. And he actually gets the achievement, which proves this is technically his first time entering. Or is it? Because what happens next makes it obvious that he or someone else has been preparing stuff in the nether off camera. The runner looks around for a bit, and after a while, he finds the nether fortress. And at first, this looks completely legit, but when you slow down the footage, you'll notice something very strange. Because if we zoom in at the ground, we can see a trail of nether wart blocks leading directly to the fortress. And the problem with this is that it's impossible for nether wart blocks to generate here because they only generate in crimson trees. And they definitely never lead you directly to a fortress, which means that someone must have placed them there to help the runner find the fortress easily. Inside, the runner quickly locates some blazes, but here's where things get strange again. Instead of farming 6 or 7 rods like every normal speedrunner, he only kills a couple blazes, and after getting just 1 rod, he leaves. And at first, this seems like a massive mistake, since you actually need at least 6 blaze rods to make sure that you can find and light the end portal. But This single blaze rod is going to be very important later in the run. Well, after running around the fortress for a bit, the runner opens a chest and finds completely normal loot. Hold on, is that a Bastion finder? Well, I'm not sure yet, but he puts it in his hand, and when he right-clicks it, this happens. Yeah, you saw that right. It seems to be pointing him in the direction of the nearest Bastion. And unless you're completely new to Minecraft, you know that this is not something you can normally find. But that's not all this Bastion finder can do, because after following it for a while, he meets a huge lava lake and doesn't have enough blocks to bridge over. If you think he'll start mining blocks with his overpowered pumpkin pickaxe, you're wrong. Instead, the runner just casually walks across the air. He literally crosses the lava without a bridge, without a potion, without anything. I have no explanation for how this is possible. If you guys have any theories, let me know in the comments. When he finally reaches the Bastion, you would expect him to mine gold and trade with the piglins like usual. But instead, he pulls out one of his pumpkins, walks up to the piglins, and then right-clicks it. And suddenly, every single piglin drops their ender pearls. Instantly, he now has more than enough ender pearls to find and light the portal. But weirdly enough, he only picks up one ender pearl. So now, in his inventory, he has one blaze rod, one ender pearl, and one pumpkin. 3 completely random items. But together, they're going to completely break the game as we know it. So, after leaving the Bastion, the runner stumbles across yet another ruined portal. That's now 3 in total. And of course, the chest just so happens to contain the exact 2 obsidian he needs to finish the portal. He even types in chat,
"Ooh, wowzy, that was so lucky."
Yeah, okay buddy, totally legit. Anyway, the runner completes the portal and heads back to the overworld. And now, all that's left to do is finding the Stronghold. But wait a minute, with only 1 blaze rod and 1 ender pearl, it should be impossible to craft enough Eyes of Enders. Right? Wrong. Because somehow, when he combines the blaze rod, the ender pearl, and the pumpkin together in his inventory, it magically crafts 16 Eyes of Ender. Yeah, unless you're brand new to Minecraft, you'll know this crafting recipe does not exist. So, the runner then uses his totally not fake Eyes of Ender to locate the Stronghold. And after actually using the popular triangulation method to find it quickly, he digs straight down with his enchanted pumpkin pickaxe and finds the ender portal in record time. But now he has another problem. He has no beds, no bow, and no snowballs. So how is he going to break the crystals and actually defeat the ender dragon to complete his speedrun? Well, this is where the lightning rod from the beginning finally comes into play. The runner lights the portal, jumps into the end, and instantly finds something completely ridiculous. There are 4 carved pumpkins standing in a perfect ritual circle, and in the background you can see a 4th ruined portal because apparently 3 wasn't enough. So the runner pulls out his lightning rod and types in chat, "May the pumpkin gods kill this evil ender beast." He then right-clicks the rod and this happens.
Oh my god, guys! No way! It actually worked! I beat the Ender Dragon game! Let's go! Yippee-dippee-doo! My mom is gonna be so proud of me!
Click the video on screen right now to watch even funnier fake Minecraft speedruns. And don't forget to subscribe.